All right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, and shalom, Sister Deborah. I'm smiling because I am so happy and so grateful that the Ruach dropped in my spirit a beautiful message. Mm. And I am forever grateful. The title of this message is It's by Design to Follow the Crowd. That is a message unto a servant when he that is greater in that servant knows the thought of that servant and know how to give it the comfort that it needs. Woo! And I give all glory and honor to the Most High Yah, who's over knowing all things. Praise to the Most High Yah. I thank him for this title because this title brought the message in me. And it's like, you can do this, Deborah. You can do this. And I'm so grateful that he put it in me to speak this message. Again, this message is for the one. Only the one. The title of this message again is It is by design to follow the crowd. Mm, 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 mm. That's so powerful. What makes it powerful is that it comes from the realm of where it was written. Mm, 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 mm. That's what makes it so powerful. It's coming from a place where it is written that it's by design to follow the crowd. I think about those two prophets that I behold the other day. Just listening to them. This Sister Deborah don't listen to people probably if 2 to 5 minutes. I listen to their messages from the beginning to the end. And that's not the norm for me. And I think back in how Yah knows what you need and when you need it and why you need it. A lot of times you think that you need it for this reason, and this reason, but Yah knows the true purpose in why you need what you need. And he knows how to give it to you the way that he would send it to you. You see? So I want to tell you that this message came to me like a quicken. I sprung out of my bed to run to the living room to write it down because it brought me joy. See, people don't really believe that the Most High knows our thoughts before our thoughts know us. The Most High knows our thoughts before our thoughts know us. So this message, it comes to bring Sister Deborah comfort in knowing. It comes to bring Sister Deborah comfort in knowing. It's by design to follow the crowd. that answer a multitude of questions of why. It's all right. I like how he causes his servants to walk therein the narrow path to the way, his way. And it's not the way of the world. And not only that, when the world could, if the world could take their eyes off of the direction in which they are following, they can recognize that why is it one would go this direction and all of us over to this direction. But it is by design to follow the crowd. It is by design. Whether the crowd is going into a storm, whether the crowd is going into fire, whether the crowd is going into an earthquake, a blizzard, a storm, the crowd by design follows together. It is by design to follow the crowd. That's such a blessing. If only the one can understand that. I had to get up and get me a cup of coffee when the Father dropped this in my spirit. I said, this is the first cup I had in 2 weeks, y'all. I said, Father, I need a cup of coffee on this one. Okay? So it is by design, said the Spirit of the Most High Yah to the prophet, to follow the crowd. When you get people on these platforms, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, Patriot, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, you get people seeking the crowd. Praise be the Most High Yah. I see where you're going with this, Father. I see it. So it is by design. It is by design to follow the crowd. Those that are seeking the crowd to follow. Because it is by design to follow the crowd. Who designed this? For where it is written, for it is written. So therefore, it is by design to follow the crowd. I can tell you one thing about it. When he dropped this in my spirit with the quicken this morning, as a testimony to who he is, who he was, and who he's going to be, a testimony to how great and wonderful and excellent and perfect he is, and all-knowing and all-power that the Most High is. The Most High Yah knew my thoughts before my thoughts knew me. So he knoweth what I needed to speak on, because he first applied it to me, for he knew that I was in need of understanding. It is by design, my servant. It is by design, my servant. It is by design, my servant, to follow the crowd. Mm, 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 mm. So now, Sister Deborah has gotten a revelation of the fullness of understanding that these things need be. For it is by design to follow the crowd. For it is written that they shall follow the crowd. You see? Therefore, when you get it from the horse's mouth within you, that's what you call comfort. To assure you, even your thoughts of knowing this or feeling this way already reach the I am within you. He comes to bring you the answer to it. And that is, it is written. It is by design to follow the crowd. The Father just gave me what I needed. He know a lot of people think and they wait on the need of materialistic things. Okay? I'm gonna go nail that thing while I'm at this here. Okay? People waiting on the materialistic things to be the needs that they want. But when he said he knows your needs, he's speaking of spiritual first and foremost. I know what Sister Deborah needs to run this race, to fulfill her purpose that I have assigned her. Only one can give me what I need to fulfill the Most High's purpose in me is him himself, not the world. It is by design, Deborah, to follow the crowd. They're not following the crowd because the crowd is the only thing they can follow. They following it because it is by design. It is written that they follow the crowd. Leads me back to my thoughts before I thought it. That the Ruach in me caught it. It leads me back to my thoughts. That I thought before I thought it. And the Most High Yah had caught it and quickened me this morning with the topic. It is by design to follow. I want to cry. The crowd. I think I'm speaking to that one. That one that really might not understand. That as a servant of the Most High Yah, a student of the Ruach HaKodesh, I come to you and I say unto you from the Father, it is by design to follow the crowd. For it is written. So when we wonder and get our mind going to and fro, trying to check what we're speaking and what we are preaching and what we are teaching, don't double check yourself. For it is by design that the crowd follows the crowd. It has nothing to do with the truth, with the light, spirit and truth that rest in you. For it is by design that the crowd, they follow the crowd. It is by design. For the gate leads two ways, for it is written. Heavens has two directions, for it was, it is, and it should always be written with two directions from the kingdom. One has more than the other. We got more and we got few. We're dealing with the two still within it, but it is by design to follow the crowd. Now, Sister Deborah is going to go into it in how the thoughts spoke within. And the thoughts wasn't just thoughts of flesh thoughts. It was thoughts of spiritual thoughts along with the flesh thoughts. Meaning my spirit and my flesh thoughts was trying to bring it into a oneness of understanding. And all it took was the Ruach HaKodesh within me to bring it into a oneness. For it spoke unto my spirit. It is by design to follow the crowd. Many people have issues. I'm going there. I'm going there. Because if he came to me like this, I'm going there all the way. If he came to me and said unto me that the crowd desire you to go in the directions or the direction that made them comfortable. The crowd desire you to go left. But you know the way. Praise the mighty Yah. Praise the mighty Yah. For you know the way, Deborah. And it's not that I give you, praise the Most High Yah, a purpose to follow the way that's comfortable for individuals. He's bringing up to me that which the Ruach HaKodesh was said to be. He said, I will bring things back to your remembrance. That's the one of the powerful gift of the Ruach HaKodesh. He will bring things back to your remembrance. And he wants me to bring back the mission of me traveling from Missouri to Georgia, the state of Georgia. But as we were speaking, before the Spirit brought that to me to bring into this message, the crowd desire you to move in the direction that causes them to feel comfortable, in the direction that they got used to, the direction that made them feel they belong, the direction that made them feel they're in there, the direction that made them feel in the crowd. You see, not understanding that the one that was leading the way knew the way. Not only knew the way, was given the gift to discern. everybody that's in the crowd is not who you think they are, who you feel they are. People tend to try to befriend and to make so comfortable those that's in the midst, not even understanding Satan in the midst. Satan sitting up in the midst at all times. Why? Because by design, to follow the crowd. And what people don't understand, the crowd represents even Sister Deborah's YouTube page. That's the crowd. The crowd can be 5 people. The crowd can be 12 people. There were 12 that follow Yeshua. 12. Out of 12, you had one that came into the crowd to do what? Destroy the whole crowd. All it took was one to destroy the whole crowd. One might say, oh no, he couldn't destroy the 12, and Yeshua, he did. And just imagine the guilt that was on him that caused him to take all the silver back into the place of worship and throw it before the priest in the temple to give it to them, back to them. Just imagine what type of guilt was upon him. But I say unto you, the Most High Yah sends a message to you. It is by design to follow the crowd. People don't understand the whole message. Oh, you can do this, Deborah. That's what the Father is saying. You can do this. Praise the Most High Yah. Thank you, Father. You finna rip it. Thank you, Father. Yeah. Woo. Yes, Sister Deborah finna rip this thing. Oh, Father, yeah, you awesome. Let me tell you. He said I'm finna rip it. Praise the mighty Yah. I couldn't do it without you, Father. Yeah, I couldn't do it without you. Praise the mighty Yah. Oh, Father, yeah, I couldn't do it without you. Oh, let's get to that. Let's say the crowd was 12 that was among Judah. Judah was the betrayer amongst the 12. That was the crowd that was mission to follow the Messiah. That one that followed the Messiah. That one destroyed the mission. So he thought. So they thought. They destroyed the mission on the outside. But in the spiritual realm, the mission was going according to the Father's way. It was going in the proper order. But the crowd itself didn't believe. The crowd itself was even in doubt. We speaking of the 12. We had a betrayer We had doubt. We had disbelief. To look like Yeshua HaMashiach had a crowd within a crowd. He had a crowd that followed him by the multitude, and then he had a crowd that stuck with him by day and by night. And even the crowd that was with him didn't believe in him. It didn't matter what kind of miracles, signs, and wonders. They had doubt from the beginning to the end. It's by design. Because even their doubts held firm even to the end. To where there was said, 2 angels had to speak unto them, because they stood glazing as Yeshua HaMashiach ascended. In full doubt were they. How could you be in doubt? All that time, years you followed him. You saw miracles and signs and wonders. You saw him raised from the dead. You saw him crucified. And still, they had doubts. It is by design. Even the betrayer that was in that multitude of 12 betrayed the whole 12, including the Messiah. Was he successful? Sure he was. He was successful according to the will of my Father. But he nailed that thing. According to the will of the way it was written. The multitude was 12. It took one to cause the whole 12 to scatter. That caused the Most High Yah, not the Most High Yah, Yeshua HaMashiach, to be crucified. All it took was one. But Yeshua HaMashiach multitude was 12. They're all scattered. Did they come back? Yes. And all it took was one. All it took was one out of the 12. So it is by design to follow the crowd. Because the crowd would follow just one. Away from light into darkness. An example was shown to you that Yeshua had the multitude of those that didn't believe. But he had a multitude of those that were given to him by the Most High Yah, which was 12. And all it took was one to destroy the multitude of Yeshua HaMashiach, which were the 12. Why would you say that he destroyed it? He destroyed it on the earth. But he didn't destroy it in the heaven. Because heaven holds the plan from the beginning to the end. But he set an example to show you. One person out of 12. All it took to go into the multitude that is together, that gathered together, that holds firm together. That one divided them up. That one out of 12 divided them up. You see? That one it took to cause the 12 to lose their sense of direction. Many people have no idea they didn't give Yeshua the credit that was due him. Because he came even as an example to us that are prophets and prophetess. He's our number one example in how we are to walk like unto the main prophet, which was Yeshua. Yes, all it took was one. Y'all didn't need 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to divide, to destroy the 12, to destroy the Messiah. He took one to show me too. No matter where you go, Deborah, no matter where you go, all it takes is one. Because by design, it is that they follow the crowd. People want you to be amongst what they are comfortable in and with. You're not going to rule me that way. You're not going to steer or turn the will of the Father that sent me, that's greater than the will that you think you have, in a direction in where you want me to go, want me to be, want me to upload on, want me to speak on, want me to stay in. I know your thoughts. I told you that. I tried to tell you. I'm not going in the direction of your way. It is by design that you follow the crowd. Go back and follow that crowd. Many people feel that they have the Ruach HaKodesh, they have spirit and truth, they have the light, they have the power, they have it all. Wouldn't follow you. Follow yourself. Follow whomever you desire. Sister Deborah is not following the crowd, because by design, by the kingdom, is it designed that the crowd follow itself. You see? By the Spirit do one follow the light, spirit, and truth. You don't even follow Deborah. You don't follow the prophetess. You don't follow the flesh. You follow the Spirit that's speaking out of the flesh and teaching spirit and truth with the light in the right hand, meaning making things so bright that you could see it in the midst of all this darkness. The message in which I speak it is so clearly seen by the light on the right hand. The words are loaded with spirit and truth. See, a lot of people don't understand. By design, you follow the Spirit of Yah, not the flesh of men and women. That's what a lot of them don't get. So he said unto me this morning, it's by design to follow the crowd. People are content. People are comfortable in those that they're used to being around, not even knowing anything about them. I mean, like nothing about them. It's like the head of the body, which is Christ, Hamashiach, not knowing nothing about individuals that's in the body. That's how far gone people are. All it takes is one to lead the crowd in another direction. Never get comfortable in the midst of the crowd. Once you get comfortable, you'll never turn away from it. You'll never go out another direction. You're getting comfortable with the crowd being present, and the crowd is designed to follow the crowd. I, Sister Deborah, have taught over and over and over and over about what is in the midst, knowing that if he is greater in me than he that's in the world, wouldn't he let me know what spirit is in the midst? Sure he will. Sure he has. A lot would run from that alone when people thinking they're running because they don't like the message, or they don't like what I'm saying or what I'm teaching, or that I'm a woman speaking, or that she's saying it this way, she's saying it this way, she acting like this, her head is not covered, she ain't dressed like this here. No, baby, they running away from the light. They running away from he that is greater in me than he that is in the world. See, he's not in the world, so the world will run away from him, not him from the world. He created the world, so what did it look like him running from the world? So a lot of people don't understand. People that don't watch the video, people that don't like the video, people that don't subscribe to the video, it is by design, you guys, that when darkness see light, they take off running. They've been in darkness too long to turn the opposite way. And it's also like darkness don't support the light in any shape, form, or fashion. And it won't. In its own way, it will start supporting, but it will turn into darkness. Not turn as if it wasn't dark from the beginning, but the heart get hardened. Let's put it like that. To who it really is. It will sit in the midst of the light. Just as he designed for Judas to sit amongst all those miracle signs and wonder, and then set up to betray. It is by design. Where Yeshua says it is written, people here don't understand. The one knows that it is written. The one knows it is by design that the crowd follow the crowd. It is by design that the narrow follow the narrow gate. It is by design. So it's not a cause that your natural ear, your natural thoughts, and your natural eye may see, hear, or think. It is by design from the kingdom that the crowd follow the crowd. And there are those that say that they walk in light, but yet want to continue to follow the crowd. And if that's the case, it's because it is by design that you follow the crowd and not follow Sister Deborah. Okay? Don't ever estimate that Judas, many of Judas will be in the midst. For it is by design that Judas sit as one of the multitude that followed Yeshua HaMashiach. And that's how it is forevermore. No matter what, if you have 5 people following you. You're subject to have today 3 that are designed to follow the crowd. Just because they're following you don't mean they really for you. All you have to do is tap into the part that measure their hearts. And that there alone reveal many things. Because the Father measured the heart of man, that he kneweth already. Before he even measured the heart, he already know their purpose. It's just their heart following therein the purpose that heavens has them assigned to. They have no idea. Judah played along with it. Judas played along with everything. But his purpose, he was designed among the crowd to be the one that betrayed the whole crowd. That's what he did. When he plot to destroy their light that was in the midst of them, when he plot to cause the light to go out, he was plotting against the whole 11 disciples. See, a lot of people won't get that. He wasn't plotting just Yeshua, HaMashiach. He was plotting the whole 11 tribes. Because once they done away with him, Yeshua HaMashiach, they all would stumble. Had not it took 3 days for him to rise, they would have never found their way home, y'all. People don't get it. This also allow you to understand how grateful we should have been of when Yah's son Yeshua and his son HaMashiach with him. We should look at that and be so forever grateful, but we don't. So it is by design that you have the heart to follow where you come from. It is by design that you have the heart to follow where you've been. It is by design you have the heart to want those that was in the midst where you once was, you would want them in the midst of where you at. It is by design that you follow the way of your desires and not the way of the Spirit that leads you out. When he said come out of her, it's actually telling you to bring yourself out. Don't try to stay in once you see that the way has been made clear for you to come out. That's how Sister Deborah rumbled. When the way has been made clear for me to move out, I move. But my problem is, it's why he gave me the quicken of this message. It is by design to follow the crowd. That means that it ain't nothing you can say, do. It ain't nothing you can do. The crowd is going to follow the crowd. They're not going to follow spirit and truth. They're not going to follow the light. And there are those that would follow Sister Deborah, knowing that their heart has become hardened, but yet want to follow. Because that's how Judas was. No matter where Yeshua went and where he was going, did not he follow him? Even to the last feast. You see? All the way up until the end, did not he follow him? Did not he lead the soldiers to where Yeshua was? You see how he was in there? When that's how it is. There are those that will follow the page with a different spirit. Because their whole idea of being on this earth is like unto Judas. They got to see it like they feel it. And until they see where they can destroy being in the midst, that they're subject to continue to follow until they do so. I know what's going on. So I, Sister Deborah, going to cut out here. Again, it is by design to follow the crowd. For the crowd itself has been predestined to the lake of fire. That's the crowd to the gate that is brought. Shalom and shalom.